On her 18th birthday, Mia decided to mark her freedom with something permanent, something that spoke of art and rebellion. She walked into a downtown tattoo parlor drawn by a flash design on the wall, a delicate, swirling knot of black ink that seemed to whisper stories of ancient myths and forgotten tribes. It was perfect! She sat through the needle sting, a smile on her face, completely unaware that this simple act of self-expression was about to rewrite her entire life. The tattoo, a beautiful symbol to her, held a dark and dangerous meaning she couldn't possibly have known. A few weeks later, celebrating with friends at a crowded downtown club, the strobe lights caught the ink on her shoulder. Across the room, a man's eyes locked onto it. His expression hardened, a mix of disbelief and suspicion. He wasn't admiring the art. He was reading a sign he knew all too well. He nudged his companion, pointing discreetly towards Mia. The night was about to take a turn she never saw coming. Her innocent celebration was over. As Mia and her friends left the club, laughing and planning their next move, a dark car pulled up beside them. Two men got out, their faces grim. They didn't speak to her friends. Their focus was solely on Mia. "That's a nice tattoo," one of them said, his voice low and devoid of warmth. "Where'd a girl like you get a mark like that?" Mia's blood ran cold. The man gestured to the tattoo on her shoulder. This wasn't a friendly question. Her friends tried to intervene, telling the men to back off, but they were shoved aside. The men cornered Mia against the wall. "You see?" The other man explained, "that mark means you belong to us, the Black Vipers, and we don't like strangers wearing our colors." Mia stammered, trying to explain it was just a design she liked from a shop. But they weren't listening. They saw the mark, and to them, that was a binding contract. "You have two choices," the first man said. "You either join us, for real, or we take that arm from you." The Viper's code is absolute. Terror seized her. This was a nightmare. Forced into the back of their car, she was driven to a warehouse on the industrial side of town. The scent of rust and oil filled the air. This was the Viper's den. The leader, a man named Kane, studied her with cold, calculating eyes. He didn't believe her story, but he saw an opportunity. "You wear the mark. You do the work," Kane declared. And just like that, Mia's life as a college student was over. Her days became a blur of learning the gang's operations not with a pen, but with a gun. She was taught how to handle money from illicit deals, how to spot an undercover cop, how to fight. Every fiber of her being screamed in protest. This wasn't her. She was a ghost, a shell of the girl who had walked into that tattoo parlor. She tried to escape once. She made it 3 blocks before they caught her. The punishment was swift and brutal, a lesson in loyalty she would never forget. Kane made it clear there was no way out, but a flicker of defiance remained in her heart. If she couldn't escape, she would survive. She started observing, learning, not just what they taught her, but how they thought, their weaknesses, their fears. She was no longer just a victim. She was a student of their dark world. Years passed. Mia wasn't the scared girl anymore. She had carved out a space for herself within the Vipers, earning a grudging respect through her intelligence and quiet strength. She navigated the treacherous internal politics of the gang, playing factions against each other, all while keeping her true intentions hidden. She saw the flaws in Kane's leadership, his recklessness, his greed. He was powerful, but he was predictable. Mia began subtly influencing decisions, suggesting smarter, less violent ways of doing business. She proposed new ventures that were more profitable and less risky. The older members, tired of Kane's iron-fisted rule and constant turf wars, started listening to her. They saw that her methods brought in more money with less heat from the police. She was building an army within the army. The turning point came during a deal gone wrong, a setup. Kane, in his arrogance, walked right into an ambush set by a rival gang. Chaos erupted. In the middle of the firefight, Kane was taken down, his reign ending in a hail of bullets. The Vipers were scattered, leaderless, and on the verge of collapse, but Mia stayed calm. She had anticipated something like this. She took command. With a clarity and authority that surprised everyone, she organized a tactical retreat, saving the lives of most of the members present. She didn't panic. She let in the aftermath. With the vipers reeling, all eyes turned to her. She had proven her worth not with brute force, but with a sharp mind and nerves of steel. At the meeting to decide the gang's future, there was only one real candidate. The members who had once looked at her with suspicion now saw her as their only hope for survival. She stood before them, the tattoo on her shoulder a stark reminder of how it all began. "Cain's way led us to ruin," she said, her voice steady and strong. "We will be smarter. We will be stronger. We will be survivors." And so, Mia, the girl who got a tattoo on a whim, became the leader of the Black Vipers. She didn't choose this life, but she had mastered it. She transformed the gang from a pack of violent thugs into a disciplined, organized criminal enterprise. The tattoo that had once been her curse was now her crown, a permanent symbol of the incredible, terrifying journey that had forged her into a queen of the underworld. She had resisted, she had endured, and in the end, she had conquered.